start with Rocco, of course, but I mean, we've talked about his growth, his steps he's taken. What steps remain for him? I mean, you look at him into this season where it's like, get better at A, B, and C, and then you're where we want you to be.
Yeah, and that's kind of what we do after every year. We see what he did well, areas he needs to improve, and just little things here and there. One, he can take another huge step in leadership, and he's all about it. We lost some really good leaders last year, obviously, but for him to take a step there and then just clean up some things just fundamentally that we noticed throughout the year, and then you go back, watch the cut-ups, and there's just little things here and there that he's an extremely accurate thrower of the football, but there's some little things that he can clean up, and just total big picture situational football, processing, getting through reads, things like that, where he can take another step, and he recognizes that, and he's working his tail off to do that. But just little things here or there, but yeah, just honing in on everything, but little fundamental things here or there, and then the leadership piece is huge.
And how do you see the rest of the room taking shape? Obviously, it's only spring, but Connor has a year under his belt competitively, and everyone else in that room. Yeah,
we got a young room, and then Connor, from where he started at, when he got here last year, he's put on over 25 pounds. So physically, he's developing, and then mentally too. Every single day, he's learning how to be an elite college quarterback because he has a great example in Rocco. But just learning the offense, learning defenses, football as a whole, situational football, everything there. He's doing a great job with that. And then those other guys, obviously Alex hasn't been able to practice yet, but he's getting everything mentally in the film room. Offense, learning how to be a college quarterback. Still should be in high school. He's here now. So he's doing a great job, and then Major and Wyatt are coming along doing a great job. But yeah, young, hungry group, but learning every single day. So it's been awesome for him.
What's the adjustment been like for the quarterbacks without Jalen and Jaden?
Yeah, it's different. You kind of have those two guys who are really, really good at kind of a security blanket for you that, when you might not get the right look, or hey, man, I can always get it to one of those two guys who are going to get open. And then for us, we're just stressing, one, you got to find some other guys, and we feel like we have guys in place, man. Our tight ends are doing a great job, receivers that were here, new receivers that came in. And now you just got to really focus on, man, you might not have the guy that you can just throw to every single time. Getting through your progressions now, truly, man, if it's not there, cool, move on, hit check down, scramble, things like that. So really putting an emphasis on that, where you might not have just a guy that, man, I'm going to throw it to him every single time.
And obviously, we don't want to say that, Chase and Xavier are the next two guys because they're completely different people and stuff, but physically, they both kind of have similarities to Jalen and Jaden. Have you had to change much about the playbook or the offense or what you guys did last year with those two new guys coming in?
Yeah, those two have been awesome so far. And then the guys that were here, the younger receivers, Brett Eskelson, Dom Overby, Carson Brown, those guys that are continuing to grow. But yeah, you look at, they're about the same height. Xavier's the same height as Jalen, and Chase with Jaden, and they do a lot of similar things. But just finding what they do well, man, how we can use them in the offense. And every year you kind of go back and see, man, what are things we can tweak, change, do better, do more of, do less of, and we're still working through all that, and that's why spring ball is so awesome to see. And then, man, putting guys in different spots too. Man, you're never going to replace a Jaden Higgins and a Jalen Knoll, but now find ways to get guys in similar positions to see if they can go make a play and get the ball and then spread it out too.
I think it was Mauser last week saying Moberly had added was like 20 pounds in the off season. Mm-hmm. I mean, get into that physical transformation, and then maybe what that's done for his confidence and other mechanics and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's been a big thing for him because he has no fat on him at all, and it comes in at 185, and he weighed in at 220 the other day. So for him, you give a lot of confidence, one, to be able to, man, can we use him in certain situations? Remain yet to be seen, but he is fast, and he got even bigger, faster, stronger. Should give him, and it's shown, more confidence to stay in the pocket if it's not there run, you got faster, man, your arm is stronger. So the whole development there has given him a lot of confidence as far as, when plays aren't there, or if the throws need to be made, that, man, now I do have a strong arm where I can go make the play. But it just as a whole, his whole confidence now with the body to go on with the mind is a huge step for him.
And then you mentioned that Mansky's not practicing yet, but I think he had put up maybe about a month ago like a video of him throwing and stuff. But what are you getting out of him like this time of the year? Is it just like work off to the side with some of the receivers, or is it mental reps? Just kind of get into that a little bit.
Yeah, huge mental reps for Alex, and he has a throwing program where he is throwing off on the side, and it's strict on the number of throws, how far, your rest days, what type of throws that he can make until he gets cleared, later in late April. But it's huge. Film room is so critical for him right now. And then also we plan his scheduled throwing around if we're in a team setting. He's back there taking every single mental rep, getting the play, going through the read, talking with me about all that. So it's huge for him to get all the mental reps. And then now after, in fall camp, he'll be able to physically do it. But huge mental growth already for him. One, learn our offense, the operation, everything, and then the defenses you're going to see, and then now trying to put it all together with everything. But the throwing's going great with him. I'm really excited about Alex.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but Major and Wyatt, I believe, are both walk-ons, so you would have just 3 scholarship quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Traditionally, you would want 4 of those. Do you feel like that's going to be a changing dynamic with the house settlement and less roster spots, I guess, overall with the quarterback position?
Man, I
realize that's a loaded question. Yeah.
No, it is a great question, and I don't, I guess, have 100% answer for you. I do feel really confident about the guys we have, and yeah, I think kind of everyone's kind of doing the same thing, kind of feeling it out as you go to get to 105. But I'm really excited about the guys we have in Major and Wyatt, are taking, huge strides in what they're doing that we feel, excited about. And then once Alex gets back to having those guys. But yeah, it's a great question. We're trying to navigate. Everyone's trying to navigate.
With less proven scholarship guys at that position group, is there an extra emphasis on making sure that Connor is able to get an effective number of reps this spring, whether with the 1s or obviously positive reps with the 2s? Oh
yeah, he's taken as many reps as we can give Connor, and then once Alex gets back to and those other guys. But yeah, as far as Connor's, how many reps can we give this guy to keep learning and growing? And if you don't do something well or you fail, keep growing, keep learning, and just keep getting reps. Because obviously football's a crazy sport that one play away, but then trying to force feed reps to him as many as we can, just to try to get him as ready as we can.
You mentioned not having the security blanket anymore of Noel and Higgins. Can you just kind of give us a behind-the-scenes look of how much work Rocco and the other receivers are just putting in to just kind of develop that chemistry and connection?
Yeah, I mean, I think Coach Pauly said the other day, but Rocco's up here all the time. He wants to be great. He knows that he needs help to be great with those guys, so he's up here all the time with the receivers, guys that have been here, and also the new guys here's how I see this route concept, or this route ran. Here's what I'm seeing. I'm going to help you. And so they're on the same page. But he's unbelievable, his work ethic. And then now guys are all hungry. Receivers, tight ends, everyone's really hungry to get in there. So he spent a ton of time getting on the same page with them, talking with them, and to do that, to kind of speed it up, and then once you get spring, and then you have summer and into fall camp. But they're up here all the time working and trying to get on the same page and just keep talking. And they've been doing awesome, and Rocco's kind of the leader in that.
And what are your biggest challenges and biggest goals for him to level up his game this offseason?
Yeah, man, like I said, we don't have a Bo, a Jaden, Jalen, those guys. And Rocco is a natural leader, and he did a great job last year. And then our challenge to him is, can we take the next step? Can we go and, make it, where you are, man, this is your offense, and you need help with everyone, but the leadership piece, and then just playing each play, knowing the situation, big picture. We asked a lot of Rocco last year as far as certain plays and what we asked the quarterback to do was probably more than we've done, and then just the whole picture of it. If your first or second read's there, how quick can we get to the backside of things and keep progressing? not having the two guys there that you can throw to every time. But just, yeah, that, and then just fundamental things that, right after the season, he came and talked to me. He had his things he needed to work on. I had some things he needed to work on, and they're pretty similar. So he's always really, really curious, and that's what we talk a lot about, as a staff and in the quarterback room too, is being curious on, man, how can I get better? Why did this happen? Why are we calling this play? What are some things that I can work on? He's done a great job at that.